Ladies and gentlemen, the Bay Meadows Racing Association proudly presents your horses and riders for the 13th running of the Northern California Sales Stakes, the fillies division, $25,000 guaranteed. Introducing your field, number 1 is Broody, Dario Lazoya will ride, owned by Bruce A. Lambert. Faith Taylor is the trainer. 2 is Yakety Matt. Mike Iammarino will ride, leased by Helen Buell. Cheryl Buell is the trainer. 3 is Taybree. O.A. Martinez will ride, owned by the Forenzi stable. Ray Bryner is the trainer. 4 is Duplicate Benny. Sam Maple in the saddle, owned by Natalie Paletti. K.L. Johnson is the trainer. 5 is Charming Holly. Paul Niccolo in the saddle, owned by the partnerships of Abishan, Lanning or Lanning. Bill Abishan is the trainer. 6 is Scarlet Darnell. Ken Tohill will ride, owned by Jerry Stepone. James J. Vince is the trainer. On to number 7, Agitatum with Jockey Jerry Lambert, owned by David Ingmeyer. Dan White is the trainer. Number 8 is But Glorious. Marco Castaneda will ride, owned by the estate of My Howard. C.L. Jack Utley is the trainer. 9 is Days of Avagon with Jockey Dallin Thomas, owned by Lee Galvin. Ray Bryner is the trainer. Number 10 is Dr. Lemmy with Jockey Bobby Gonzalez, owned by Dan J. and Bonnie Emil. Doug Utley is the trainer. 11 is Something Clever. Daryl McCarg will ride, owned by Becker. Machia. Bill Mastrangelo is the trainer. And 12A is Classy Cajun. Craig McGurn will ride, owned by Lyle Carter. Tom Knight is the trainer. And there they go. Moving up in the middle of the racetrack, that's a Charming Holly for the lead alongside. Days of Avagon is second, rushing up from the inside. That's a Yakety Matt in third, followed by Dr. Lemmy in fourth. Down along the rail, that's Taybree and Broody. On the outside, Agitatum is closing very much ground, followed by Duplicate Benny as they leave the opening quarter. Charming Holly on the lead by a half length. Dr. Lemmy is second. Agitatum on the outside moves to third by 2.5. Then it's Taybree in fourth. Up along the inside, Yakety Matt is fifth, followed by Days of Avagon by 2. Then But Glorious on the outside and Scarlet Darnell. Turning into the stretch, and Charming Holly keeping the lead a half length. On the outside, Dr. Lemmy is second, moving out between horses. Taybree moving to third. On the outside, Agitatum is fourth. They're in deep stretch, and Charming Holly with the lead. Driving up along the inside, Taybree is coming on second. Taybree at the rail in Charming Holly. Now Taybree takes over the lead. Charming Holly second. Scarlet Darnell third. Taybree. The order of finish is now posted on the totalized leaderboard. Kindly retain all mutual tickets until the result has been declared official. And ladies and gentlemen, in the winner's circle, making the presentation to the winning owner of the Pro Con is Sue Hubbard of the Northern California Thoroughbred Sales. And now in the winner's circle is number 3, Taybree. O.A. Martinez is in the saddle. Bred in California, is owned by the Ferranzi stable, Ray Bryner the trainer. The running time was 1:11.1. Result is official. The 3-5 exacta combination returns $57.60. The flag is up. And there they go. Moving out between horses, that's First David for the lead. Along the inside, Haveasilverbullet is second, followed by Dr. Newton in third. From the rail, Master Peanut is fourth. Then it's Tally-Ho the Rebel in fifth. Down along the rail, Timely Debate. The last two are Intruder and Esprit as they leave the opening quarter. On the lead now, that's First David there by a length and a half. Haveasilverbullet is second by another length. That's Dr. Newton in third by 2. Master Peanut is fourth. On the outside, Tally-Ho the Rebel is fifth by 2. Esprit. Then on the outside are Intruder and Timely Debate. They move to the top of the stretch, and on the outside, Haveasilverbullet down along the rail. First, David, these two heads apart for the lead. 3 lengths back to Dr. Newton. They're into the stretch and Haveasilverbullet down the middle of the track, down along the inside to First David. 5 lengths back to the outside. That's Esprit and Dr. Newton now. Haveasilverbullet takes the lead by 2. First David is second. It's Haveasilverbullet in front. The first and second horses now appear on the totalized leaderboard. The photo sign is up for the show. Kindly retain all mutual tickets till the result has been declared official. And now in the winner's circle is number 3, Haveasilverbullet, Mike Iammarino in the saddle, owned by MMC Stable. Arthur and Stephen Sherman are the trainers. The running time 1:10 and 4. Photo shows number 8, Spree finishing 3rd, and number 6, Tallyho, the Revel, was 4th. Result is official. The 3-5 exacta, $48 even. In the daily triple today, the winning number is 333. The payoff, $1,040 even. In the pick 6, no one selecting 6, 5 of 6, $13,279 even. $13,279 even. In the 9th race, the rider on number 9, Big Dan Ryan, Daryl McCarg. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you'll kindly turn to the back of your program, where tomorrow's entries are listed, I'll give you the scratches. We have just one. In the 9th race, scratch number 2, Clever Edge. Clever Edge is out of the 9th race. At this time, I'll go down to the winner's circle, standing by. Ellis Davis going to have a word with Mike Iammarino.
Okay, Haveasilverbullet, the winner here of the Doonesbury Stakes. And Mike Iammarino, congratulations. This is your first stakes victory. Why don't you tell us about it?
He broke pretty good. He broke a little in there. And down the backside, he spooked from a program that's kind of ironic because we still watch him spoof from this program here. And he did, but once he, got himself back in stride after that, he just was running against the bit pretty good and just continued on, ran good.
It looked like he had First David measured pretty well in the stretch.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. He's such a big horse to ride, and he's got a lot of ways to go. But he'll be a nice horse, I think.
All right, congratulations, Mike.
Thank you.
Mike Iammarino scoring his first ever stakes victory here in the Doonesbury aboard Haveasilverbullet. The winner paying $12.40, $5.60, and $3.80. First David returns $3.80 and $2.60, and the 8-horse Spree returning $2.80 to show. The exacta, $48 even, and the running time here was 1:10 and 4/5. We're going to go back upstairs for the replay, and then we'll be back with our pick 6 and daily triple payoff shortly.
Introducing your field. Number 1 is Wilderness Bound, and Bobby Gonzalez has the call. Owned by the Dandar Farm. Jerry and Brett Fanning are the trainers. On to number 2, Fairly Affirmed. Tim Ducey has the call this afternoon. Owned by the partnerships of Bertolucci and Scheid. William J. Moore Jr. has the training duties. Number 3 is Blanco, Jockey Fernando Toro. Owned by the Waddlemar Farm Incorporated, Frisch and Robbins. Neil Drysdale and Jim Hilling are the trainers. 4 is The Medic. Gary Bays is in the saddle. Owned by Dr. Edward Iammarino. Gary Jones and Bill Mastrangelo are the trainers. Number 5 is On the Carpet. Joe Judice has the call. Owned by James E. Agady. Bill Delia is the trainer. Number 6 is Sooner Showers. Antonio Diaz in the saddle. Owned and trained by D. Wayne Lucas. Assistant trainer is Mike Chambliss. Number 7 is Celtic Reality. Tom Chapman will ride. Owned by the partnerships of Gregson, Malmuth, and Mandel. Edwin Gregson and Fordell Fierce are the trainers. Number 8 is Roberto Grande with Kin Tohill. Owned by Robert Hansen and Val Tohill Lyons is the trainer. Number 9 is Quietly Bold. Ron Warren will ride. Owned by Mark Keller, Bobby Frankel, and Dan Ward are the trainers. Number 10 is Dear Dingwall with Daryl McHarg. Owned by Arnold Frederickson Fulmere. Richard W. Mulhall is the trainer. And on the outside, the filly, number 11, Miss High and Mighty. Jerry Lambert has the call. She's owned by the Sunflower Farm, and D. Mortensen, of course, is the trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, your horses and riders for the Ascot Handicap. To the gate. 3, Blanco, close up fourth in the Del Mar Derby. Then the Medic. At 2-1 on the tote board, a third in the Del Mar Derby stepping in. Here comes the 5 on the carpet. Number 6 will be Sooner Showers, winner of the San Mateo Sophomore Handicap here during the Bay Meadows Fair. Into the gate. We're awaiting number 7's in now, Celtic Reality. Roberto Grand moves in. The 9 is Quietly Bold. Dear Dingwall, and then on the far outside, the filly Miss High and Mighty, a winner of numerous stakes here in Northern California. She rounds out the field, and the Ascot Handicap, the flag is up. And there they go. Middle of the racetrack on the carpet for the lead. Roberto Grand on the outside comes away second. Rushing up, Celtic Reality is third. Quietly Bold is fourth. Wilderness Bound in at the rail is fifth. Blanco is sixth. Then Miss High and Mighty on the outside. Coming back to Sooner Showers, fairly affirmed. Then along the inside, the Medic. And the last horse is Dear Dingwalls. They move on the first turn. On the carpet has the lead by a length on the outside. Quietly Bold is second by a head. From the inside, Celtic Reality is third by 3. Blanco is fourth by 3/4 of a length. Wilderness Bound is fifth on the outside by a length and a half. Fairly Affirmed is 6.5. The filly Miss High and Mighty is seventh. And on the inside, that's the Medic now moving up somewhat. Between horses, Dear Dingwall down at the rail. Sooner Showers and Roberto Grand. They've left the half mile, and on the carpet stays on the lead. On the outside, challenging that Celtic Reality in second. Followed to the outside by Quietly Bold in third. By a length and a half, Blanco is fourth. They're 2 furlongs from home as they turn into the stretch in the Ascot Handicap. Celtic Reality has command, driving on the outside. Here comes Blanco in the middle of the track. Far outside, the Medic is bearing down as they move through deep stretch. That's Blanco with the lead. The Medic is closing in with every stride on the outside. That's Blanco with the lead. The Medic is driving on the outside. It's Blanco and the Medic. It's Blanco in front. The first and second horses now appear on the totalized leaderboard. The photo sign is up for the show position. Kindly retain all mutual tickets as usual until the result has been declared official. Of Bay Meadows Racing Association, Mr. Keeley, has donated this outstanding trophy for the Ascot Handicap. And now into the winner's circle is the winner. Number 3, Blanco. Jockey Fernando Toro is in the saddle. He is owned by Waddlemeyer Farm Incorporated, Frisch and Robbins, and Neil Drysdale and Jim Hilling. Have the training duties, the mile completed in 1:36 and 4. Result is official. The 3-4 exacta combination, $17.20. In the daily triple today, the winning numbers were 3, 1, and 3. The payoff is $277.40. In the pick six, no one selected 6. 5 of 6 for $798 even. And the pick six carryover for tomorrow will be $27,930 even. In the ninth race, we have $2 exacta wagering. And ladies and gentlemen, very shortly after the interview in the winner's circle, if you'll turn to the back of your programs and get prepared, I will give you these scratches. At this time, I'm going down to the winner's circle, standing by our inner track commentator, Ellis Davis. He's going to have a word with the winning rider, Jockey Fernando Toro.
Fernando, the winner on Blanco here in the Ascot Handicap. Fernando, look, he had pretty good position early. Why don't you take it from about the half-mile pole in?
I was in a good position, and I think Blinkers really helped this horse. He was aggressive, and he was running very strong at the far turn. So he looked good at the quarter pole, and I thought he was going to be tough to beat. At the 8 pole, he looked like a winner.
You ate up Sail of Reality there like that, but the other horse, the Medic, started to come at you, but your horse really dug in.
My horse finished pretty strong, and I knew it was no chance it could catch me.
All right, congratulations, Fernando.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Fernando Toro, the winner here on Blanco in the Ascot Handicap. The winner paying $740, $320, and $280. The Medic running setting, paying $280, $240, and the 10-horse Deer Dingwall, $5 to show. The exacta returning $17.20, and the running time for the mile was 1:36 4/5. Okay, we'll go up for the replays and be back for the Pick 6 daily triple payoffs for you Intertrack fans.
Introducing your field, number 1 is Holly Donna with Bobby Gonzalez, owned by Oak Winds Farm, Ronald McAnally, Mike Erkovich, the trainers. Number 2, Santiki with jockey Gary Bays, owned by Robert E. Sangster, John Gosden, and Alan Severinson are the trainers. Number 3, Benzina with Marco Castaneda, owned by the Triple Dot Dash stable in Vandervoort, Durrell Vienna is the trainer. 4 is Mythical Mood. Ken Tohill will ride, owned by Aaron U. Jones. Fordell Fierce is the trainer. 5 is Like 60. Tom Chapman in the saddle, owned by R.A. Cass Sr. Skip Rutherford, the trainer. 6 is Fire Sweeper with Chris Lamance, owned by the Northwest Farm. Bob McMeans is the trainer. 7 is Our Ludka with Tim Medusi, owned by Galenas, Matajan and Phillips. Leonard Dorfman is the trainer. Number 8 is Blushing All Over, Daryl McCarg, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Jerome S. Moss. Bobby Frankel and Dan Ward are the trainers. At number 9, Safeera with jockey Antonio Diaz, owned by Woodrow Phillips Jr. Roger Stein and Brian Webb are the trainers. Number 4, Mythical Mood, is now stepping into the gate. Here's 5 Like 60. Number 6 is Fire Sweeper. Number 7, Our Lutka, now moving into the starting gate. The 8 will be Blushing All Over. And on the outside, number 9, Safeera. Tony Diaz is in the saddle. The flag is up. Here they come. Middle of the racetrack, Mythical Mood for the lead on the outside. Fire Sweeper comes away second. Then on the inside, Benzina is third, followed to the rail by Santiki, and fourth, Like 65th. Then it's Safeera on the outside, Holly Donna. Then it's Blushing All Over, and Our Lutka, the last horse, as they move into the first turn. And Mythical Mood is showing the way out there by a half length on the outside. Fire Sweeper right alongside is second now by 2.5. Benzina is third, 3/4 of a length. To Like 60 in fourth by 3. Then Santiki in fifth by another length. Then it's Safeera on the outside by a length and a half. Holly Donna by another length, blushing all over. And our Lutka. They continue on down the backside with Fire Sweeper on the outside, now taking over the lead 3 parts of a length. That's Mythical Mood in second by 3. Benzina is third by a length. Like 60 is fourth. Santiki in at the rail is fifth by a head. Then on the outside, Safeera moving up by a length and a half. Holly Donna by 2. Blushing all over and our Lutka. They advance on the upper turn and Fire Sweeper on top, a half length on the outside. Safeera is challenging boldly along with Benzina for the lead. Turning into the stretch and Safeera on the outside and now quickly moves into the lead. That's a Benzina in second, driving on the outside. Holly Donna third, in deep stretch, Safeera on top. Down along the inside, that's a Holly Donna driving on the far outside and Benzina at the rail. That's a Safeera with the lead in front. The first and second horses now appear on the totalized leaderboard. The photo sign is up for the show. Can they retain all mutual tickets until the result has been declared official? Photo shows that number 8, Blushing All Over, was third. Now into the winner's circle is number 9, Safeera, with jockey Antonio Diaz. Safeera was bred in Ireland, is owned by Woodrow Phillips Jr., Roger Stein, and Brian Webb. Are the trainers. The running time 1:42 and 3. Result is official. The 9-1. Exacta combination $103.40. In the daily triple this afternoon, the winning number is 159, $154 even. In the pick six, 6 of 6 returned $3,772.20. 5 of 6, $147 even.
Okay, I'm with Roger Stein. The winner was Safeera here in the Tizna Handicap. And Roger, you claimed her back there for $16,000 last June. What did you see in her that you wanted to get?
Well, I had looked at her the night before, and she had an improved work pattern. But Woody Phillips, the owner, came to me that morning and said he had been looking at her. So I said, if you want her, let's go get her. He came with the money. We took her, never dreaming this would happen. But, everything's been a pleasant surprise, and I hope there's no end.
She's got that versatile style, it looks like, where she can be on the lead, and today she ran very well from off the pace like that. What have you done to train her to get her to run this way?
I think this is probably her style. I think this is what she wanted to do before. She had blinkers on her when we claimed her, so we left them on her. But I thought she might rate a little kinder, and that's what we tried to do her last start at Del Mar. Toro rode her, and he thought that, she sat beautifully, never really got on the bit too much and turned it for home, just like Tony Diaz today said. She took off. So hopefully this will be her style, to be able to place her just about where you want, and when the time comes to run, that she has it.
One question, Roger, will we see her back here for the Hillsborough in a couple weeks?
Well, I haven't talked that over with the owner yet, but my plan is to either leave her here and run in that race, or possibly give her a little bit of rest. We'll have to wait and see how she cools out. I just wanted to say hi to a couple of friends, and they're at Santa Barbara watching this. My right-hand man, Bob, and Michael and Johnny, and they've been supportive of me in this new endeavor, and I appreciate it.
All right, Roger, congratulations.
Thanks again.
Okay, Safeera, the winner here, the Tizna Handicap, covering the distance in 1:42 3/5 for the mile and the 16th. We'll watch the reruns now, and we'll be back with your daily triple and pick 6 payoffs.
Proudly present your horses and riders for the 6th renewal of the Ford Juvenile Stakes. $50,000 added at 6 furlongs. Introducing your field, number 1 is Tricky Lad. Tim Ducey will ride. Owned by Mr. and Mrs. Eugene V. Klein, D. Wayne Lucas, and Mike Chumbliss are the trainers. 2 is Superb with Sam Maple. Owned by Constance S. Wilson, and Charlie Comiskey is the trainer. 3 is Gampord with Jockey Ken Tohill. Owned by Betty Costa, Alfred Costa is the trainer. Number 4 is Silver Sass, and Bobby Gonzalez has the call. Silver Sass is owned by Couto, DeRung, and Judd. Mark Couto, the trainer. 5 is No Commitment, and Antonio Diaz will ride. Owned by Northgate Ranch, Lloyd Mason is the trainer. 6 is Such a Mercenary, Dario Lazoya in the saddle. Owned by the Circle K Enterprises, Richard Fuller is the trainer. 7 is Mixed Pleasure. Marco Castaneda will ride, owned by I.S. Longo. Melvin S. Stute and Fordell Fierce are the trainers. Number 8 is Sir Walter. Joe Giudice in the saddle, owned by Nicoletti Stable and Stevenson. Bobby Martin is the trainer. And number 9 is Danville Gold. Jack Bouvier will ride, owned by Danville Stable Incorporated. Fred Longberg is the trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, your horses and riders for the Ford Juvenile Stakes. Flag is up. And there they go. Moving up in the middle of the track, No Commitment for the lead. On the outside, that's Sir Walter in second, Mixed Pleasure third. Rushing up from the inside, Gampert is fourth. Down along the rail, Tricky Lad is fifth. Coming back to Such a Mercenary on the outside. Then it's Danville Gold, superb. They've left the opening quarter with No Commitment on top, a half length. Sir Walter on the outside inches up second by a length and a half. Such a Mercenary is third. Between horses, Mixed Pleasure is fourth. Gampert along the rail is fifth. And on the outside, Tricky Lad as they move to the top of the stretch. No Commitment keeping the lead by half length. On the outside, Such a Mercenary is second by 2. Mixed Pleasure is now beginning to roll on the outside. Turning into the stretch, and No Commitment has the lead. Mixed Pleasure on the outside is coming on rapidly in second. Far outside, Tricky Lad third. They're in deep stretch, and now Mixed Pleasure on the outside. And No Commitment there, heads apart. Far outside, Tricky Lad. That's Mixed Pleasure. No Commitment. Here they are. It is a photo finish. Kindly retain all mutual tickets until the result has been declared official. The winner's circle is number 7, Mixed Pleasure. Marco Castaneda in the saddle. This is Marco's 4th victory of the afternoon. Mixed Pleasure was bred in California and is owned by I.S. Longo, Melvin F. Stute, and locally trained here by Darrell Ferris. The running time 1:10. The photo shows now number 1, Tricky Lad, was third, with number 8, Sir Walter, finishing fourth. Is our inter-track commentator here at Bay Meadows, my colleague, Ellis Davis. He's going to have a word with the winning rider, Marco Castaneda, who picked up his 4th victory of the afternoon.
Marco, congratulations. That's 6 wins in your last 8 starts, and quite a weekend considering you won the show dancer yesterday's Bay Meadows Handicap. Today aboard Mixed Pleasure. Why don't you tell us about this trip?
Well, I've been lucky this weekend, and this race over here today, this horse, he ran a real good race. He was placed where I wanted to be, just lane 4. And when I asked him to run, I found a place in the middle of the track. He responded real well.
It looked like Sir Walter came out on you a little bit there in the upper stretch, or maybe bothered you a little bit.
No, he didn't. Just he came in a little bit, but didn't bother me at all.
And then your horse just really had to dig in. When he got to the lead like that, did he pull up just a little bit, or that other horse dig in?
No, the other horse kind of dig in. I thought he was going to come me back, going too close to the wire, but he didn't.
Congratulations, Marco. A big weekend for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. There you have it there. Marco Castaneda winning with Mixed Pleasure in the 4 Juvenile Stakes here, covering the distance in 1:10 flat and winning a photo over No Commitment. The winner pays $420, $260, and $220. No Commitment pays $280, $240, And the one-horse Tricky Lad wins the photo for the show, returning $2.80. The exacta returning $11.40. And there you have it there with Marco Castaneda winning both stakes over the weekend, with Show Dancer in the Bay Meadows Handicap, and coming right back here with Mixed Pleasure in the 4 Juvenile. Let's go back up for the rerun, and we'll be back with your pick 6 and daily triple payoffs for your Intertrack fans.